Hey guys, welcome to today's vlog. I'm going to do a little bit something different. Yeah, that works. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I have actually been tagged in a video. This is like one of the first ones I've ever been tagged in, and I thought it was pretty damn cool, so I'm going to make it today's vlog. It is a 7 facts about me. Now don't worry, we're not going to get too in depth. We're going to do a little bit of quirky stuff, a little bit of mayhem, a bit of destruction. The lovely Sarah, or you might know her as the Pot Doll, tagged me in this. Her link is down below if you'd like to check out her video. She actually tagged me at the end of hers, and this is a video response. My first actual proper video response in 2.5 years on YouTube, so that's pretty damn cool. So without further ado, 7 facts about me. Number 1. You might know me as Tannah, but Tannah isn't actually my name. Tannah is an anagram of my name, which is Nathan. T-A-N-N-A-H. Yeah? Number 2. I am actually left-handed. I am in the minority of the population. I'm left-handed. That makes me a creative person. Sometimes, I don't know, that's all there is to it. I'm left-handed. Number, it's me, Louis 3. I am lactose intolerant. And on top of that, I have celiac marcus, which makes me incompatible with certain forms of glucose, which is really difficult. If you watch back in the first year of the vlog, then you would know that I went to culinary school, and that was actually a part of the reason that I went, because I had such a hard time just eating food in general. So I wanted to learn more about food and how to prepare food and how to do this, how to do that. So that is actually why I went to cooking school, or one of the reasons. So yeah, I can actually cook meals now that taste like they're supposed to, but have less lactose or dairy or glucose or things like that. So it still affects me in everyday life, but I have it mostly managed. So yeah. Number 4. 4 and 5 is actually a 2-part story about the 2 major injuries I've had in my life on my body. When I was a kid, if you can see this scar above my eye, basically I was super in love with Superman. I had the Superman cape, had the S on it and everything. It was awesome. So this was about when I was 3 years old. So one day I decided to jump on the kitchen table and play Superman. So here I am, run off the edge, whoa, Superman, boom. Didn't quite make it. Fell down, hit my head on the corner of the table, opened my eye, blood spurting out, taken to the hospital, and basically it took 5 people to hold me down while the doctor put the stitches in my eye. I had superhuman strength that day. I was definitely channeling Superman. So if you notice in any of my videos when I had the video up close, the camera up close, you'll see that the scar is actually quite deep, because that's the best job that the doctor could do on that particular day. So yeah, that's the injury of the Superman incident. Number 5. The other most traumatic damage I did was when I was about 13 years old or so. You get to that stage where you're right into BMX bikes and things like that, and you want to do cool things in front of your friends. We had this housing development that was going up near my friend's house. Basically, they just started to dig it out and level and grade all the area, and they had this big pile of dirt. And basically there was 2 piles of dirt on this side and then a big hole in the middle where they were going to put the plumbing in. So we were jumping over the dirt piles from side to side like this, and I thought I'd be awesome and try to do the jump without a bike. So here I am, run, jump, and I fell down the hole. Landed on my butt, and your natural reaction is to put your arm behind you like that. I actually went my elbow bent in this direction, but in the opposite way. Cracked my elbow, had a compound fracture. My 2 bones, this bone and this bone, actually hit together and shattered, and I have elbow fragments still in my arm to this day. When it's cold outside, it aches like a mofo, and I also cannot fully straighten my arm as a result of that damage that day. Good times. Number 6. When I was in high school, I was in the school band, and I played the flute. To extend on this story, it wasn't actually by choice. When I first entered school, there was no actual school band, and the first year that I was in high school, in year 7, we got a music department, and the whole school sat in the gymnasium and we all did a hearing test for music, and I was actually selected to be part of the band. It was one of those big 20-30 piece bands, every instrument known to man, and basically I was chosen to play the flute. I was just put in that section, and it was something cool to begin with because extracurricular activities, but over the years I stuck with it pretty much until year 10, because over the years I found that our school didn't have the capacity to let students inside during the winter days, so we'd have to huddle under the shelters and things like that when it was raining. But the music room, and the music teacher in particular, was a very nice guy, and anybody in the band and the friends of people that were in the band were allowed to sit in the music room. So during the winter days we had this nice warm heater and we'd sit inside and play cards and eat lunch and things like that. So it started off as an extracurricular activity and turned into a warm place to sit during the winter months. Number 7! Shit. And finally, we'll tell the story of my first ever car. It lasted about 7 months, I want to say, because I was in that experimental stage of my life where I thought it'd be really cool and do modifications to my car. Actually did a little bit of bad wiring, so I pulled up at a friend's house one day, went inside, do what friends do, watch a movie, play some Nintendo, things like that. Came out later that evening and, okay, central locking isn't working on my car. Why isn't my alarm beeping? No worries, might have a flat battery. Put the key in the keyhole, turn the key, open the door. The rubber had melted around the door. I'm like, okay, this isn't good. Open the door, plume of smoke comes out, and I basically see my dash, which is plastic in like every car's or whatever the hell they make it out of, melted, sitting on the floor of the car, because certain wiring that I had done, the positive and the negative crossed over and basically went through the whole car and turned every wire in the car to a big molten, yeah, you can just imagine. The funniest part of it is though, is that I called a friend straight away and they were close by. They drove up and they were there very, very quickly. By this stage I had gotten the bonnet open and I didn't have any tools on me at all. This guy was a machine. Came in and with his bare hand ripped the power cables, the positive terminal and the negative terminal, off my battery with his bare hands and pretty much saved the car. Well, saved the day. Not really saved the car. The car was covered by insurance, luckily, and for his efforts, I bought him a bottle of whatever he drank at the time, so he was very thankful. So that's it, guys. Just 7 random, weird, quirky facts about me. Things you probably knew, things you obviously didn't know. I want to thank the Pot Doll again for tagging me in this video because it was something that I had to rack my brain for. I didn't want to get too personal, but I wanted to tell stories that I haven't told in the vlog over the last 2.5 years, which is quite hard to come up with because, yeah, it's actually hard to think of things that you haven't said before. So thank you once again, Sarah. Everyone else, I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. If you feel like making a video response or even putting down in the comments below 7 facts about you, that'd be pretty awesome. I will see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Tannah out.